It's dark, or rather it's getting dark. It's Scotland. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's cloudy, therefore it's dark. That's how it works. It's not 2:30, it's about 5 o'clock maybe. I bet my screwdriver because our end pallet, the wood was like stepped up. So it wasn't flat, so there was flat, and then there was a step up. So that's the back row of pallets there, all joined together. I'm not entirely sure that they're joined together enough. I think we might need to put some stiffening stuff in there, which we can do. That's easy enough to do. I need to just put wood here that way instead of that way. And then that's the right way up. This is the wrong way up. So that one stays like that. This one needs flipped over. I'm staying here tonight in the creepy bunkhouse all on my own. Thanks very much. Don't come down here and haunt me. Obviously when you see this, I'll not be there. Try and figure out how to make this a platform. Not quite sure how we're going to do that. Let me think about it. I will see you tomorrow. Where did we leave it last night? I can't remember. It was getting dark. I remember that. Oh yeah, so I'd built both platforms and I can't lift either of them. They're both too heavy. So today we're going to try and situate the platforms. I've already started a wee visit there from a gentleman interested in maybe coming up and doing some work on the roof, which would be great. That would be amazing. So it's a wee bit of a later start, but that's cool. That's a good trade-off. So we're down here. So we've brought some long poles down. I'm thinking we may not use this. So it's going to be here. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 stumps with those long poles off, and then that sitting on top. So what I've done is I've got 2 here. These are probably a little bit on the high side, but I'll dig them into the ground. So these will get dug into the ground a little bit, maybe just 3 or 4, not a huge amount, just like 3 or 4 inches, just to get the right sort of height. And then I'll knock out these slots that I've sort of half cut with the chainsaw. I've got an axe there to do that. So there's an opportunity for me to look windswept and interesting with an axe, like that Thor guy. I need to actually not go full power on this, because if I go full power, I'll split those. Obviously, it goes without saying. And then at least we can get maybe the ends done. And I think I'll need to put 2 in the middle. So let's see what happens with this. I can't lift that. I can't even flip it over. That is a firm no. Anyway, 1, 2. I'll put another 2 in the middle there. That should be enough to certainly bear in mind that there's going to be like large teenagers dancing, jumping all over it. It needs to be as solid as I can make it. I have measured things, which is unlike me. I'm going to try anyway and put the pallet on these wood things. I don't know what we're calling these straight things, just so. So the edge of the pallet is going to go on this, so the far edge, and then you can see it's in line here in my mind. It's not really in line. That's going to go in there, and then the end one's going to go in here. The reason for that is that because it would be better if it could go actually in between the pallets, but there's obviously I've used wood. I've put wood in the way, and the other pallets have got cross members, so I'm not going to get them. So I could maybe put them through, but honestly I couldn't because there's wood through there as well. Once it's on top, because it weighs as much as like a neutron star, it's not going to go anywhere, and I will screw it down and stuff, and there will be a lot other stuff going on top of it. This whole thing is going to be massively over engineered, obviously, and it is because I can't lift it. It's a bit of a design flaw, but what I'm going to try and do, and this is the last thing I'm going to do because it's raining and I might melt, I'm going to try and flip that onto these. Now I don't think that's going to work very well. It's one of these things where you know, in a digital world where everything kind of, it'll flip over, but once that goes, I'm not going to have any control over it because it weighs a ton. So I'm going to flip it and just see what happens, and I think you should see the results of this misadventure. Let me put you down somewhere. Oh, God, I'm going to regret this in the morning. Right, let's see what happens. Wow. Now, can I scoot down the side here? Maybe. This is where I die. This is where there's a terrible accident. And I'm found under a pile of pallets, dead. This is so squint. I can tell it's squint already. Right, okay, let's see what happens. Let's get this out of the way. Bollocks! Snapped! Shit! Knew that would happen. I'm going to gather my tools up because it is raining, and also that's really annoying. Good afternoon. On day 4 or day 5, I think it might be day 5, I don't know. Listen, it is a day and we're back down the road at glorious, damp Towford Outdoor Centre. I've been upstairs, the buckets were full, we've had a bit of rain, full and had overflowing. The good news is the big room, which is over this roof here, did not leak. So with a bit of wind as well, and it's the wind that lifts the slates and drives the rain under the slates, and obviously we've just got slates that are missing, so you don't need wind. Upstairs was ringing. I had to mop the floor, but the buckets were full, so we are catching a lot of water. Otherwise that would just be go down through the floor, eventually bringing the plaster down in the rooms downstairs. The plaster in the rooms downstairs is rotten anyway, it needs to come down, but the point is that we're stopping the wood from getting damp in my mind, and we're just stopping honestly, see, if we'd not been here for the past 5 years and we've still not signed a lease, so we still shouldn't be doing any of this stuff, this building would be in bits. It would just be, I think it would be collapsed, and probably because we've been down here tidying up and cutting grass, making it look a bit looked after, someone would have come in and burnt it down. This thing, that thing, all that thing. So you know where we got to, you know what it's supposed to look like, but I was having trouble lifting it. So this bit here is 5 pallets, there's 4 pallets there, not as heavy, but this is quite heavy. So what I've done is, I've cut it. I've just cut it. I don't even really know why I thought they needed to be in one bit. In my mind I didn't think they'd be that difficult to move it. And I thought maybe I could just manoeuvre them into position, but it just wasn't happening. How I'm going to get the roof section on is anybody's guess. I mean, they're not as heavy as, they're not as heavy as this. There's less wood on them, the pallets are a bit lighter. I deliberately chose lighter pallets for the roof just in case it collapsed and it would only squash people like a wee bit, not like completely. The point is that I'm not going to be able to lift those, so those are probably going to have to come apart as well, and I'm going to have to think about how to do the roof. It might be that we do the base and we just do a tarp roof. We don't put these up. But I'd like to use these because it would be really sturdy and it would look cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this arranged. I'll film a little bit of it, but to be honest, how much of an old man huffing and puffing in the woods do you need to see? Obviously that came out wrong. What I mean to say is you don't need to see a late middle-aged man become out of breath and possibly injure himself further in the woods. But I'll put you on the table just for a moment and you can have a laugh. There you go. Just this table here, how about that? That's not going to work. I still can't really. I can lift the two. There's 5 pallets there that I split in two pallets and 3 pallets. I can lift the 2 pallets, but not the 5, not the other 3. Anyway, they're still too heavy. And also, I thought maybe I could adjust it when it was all together, but I'm not going to be able to do that. That's just. I don't even know why I ever thought I could. It's all just too heavy, to be honest. It's just far too heavy. So I'm failing miserably at this, I have to say. It's not easy, as I say. If I had the heavies down here, we would be able to probably manage it, but I don't, so I can't. So yeah, so I'll have a wee think about how we do this. I think I need to have a proper rethink and go back to the beginning because it's not working. And someone will probably come and camp and burn all this because I've put it next to the fire. See, if you see this, I'm going to end the video now because I've failed, obviously. Done very well. Right, okay, that's it. I'm going to edit this video as best I can, this failure of a video. And I'm going to have a walk around because I take some photos for Instagram and Facebook because we've had a lot of rain and the river might be quite high. Right, okay, thanks for watching. Sorry I'm crap. See you in the next video.